Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Today, I welcome you again to the NVC regular webinar. And I hope you are all in good health and enjoying your spring. So, today we will discuss uh, mental health and community cohesions. Um, it's a big dimensions, and we can talk in many individual sections. And we had one of our guests, a speaker, Mark Darcy, to join us, and we're still waiting for him to join. Uh, Probably he's having a technical difficulty. So if we cannot um, uh, get him with us, we will talk in details. And if you wanted to join with me, please feel free to let me know through the comment box, and I can add you to the stage, and we can talk about mental health and how it is uh, why it is important to talk about mental health in this after the COVID pandemic, and how we can increase our communications and have a settled life. So I am your host today, Dr. Shah Siddiqui, and I'm from Neurodivergent Business Consortium. For those people you don't know about Neurodivergent Business Consortium, we are a social organization supporting neurodivergent businesses with their business growth, as well as support them with many other individual needs. And if you wanted to contact me, please feel free to contact me through my social media and LinkedIn, and we will talk about community cohesions and mental health and why it is important today. And we are still waiting for our guest to join us, but if uh, there is any technical difficulties, I will continue to talk to you regarding community cohesions. And I want, if you any of you wanted to join me, please feel free to message me, and I can add you to the stage, and we can talk together the importance of community cohesions and as well as mental health. So I do apologize for the technical delay. And if you wanted to, please feel free to ask me. It's just one click for you to join through the RA stream. And you can join me and talk on community cohesions. So, uh, before we start and our technical problems, I just wanted to remind you that if you are watching our webinar from home, please have enough water. If you are not fasting, because it's a Ramadan, and Muslim people, they are fasting. Uh, or if you are not fasting, please feel free to have enough water, and safety first. And we will talk about community cohesions and mental health today. If I don't have my guest, technical due to technical problems, if any of you wanted to join me to the conversation, please feel free to contact me, and I will share you the details, and you can join me directly from your mobile or laptop, and we can talk about mental health and community cohesions. So, understanding mental health is a challenge. Sometimes we don't understand that we are suffering from mental health, and this is um, um, maybe might be a thing for many individuals at the moment. We might ignore mental health, and sometimes we don't get support, and it's dire days and days, and we severely suffer from mental health. And when we have mental health, there are hinder effects on community cohesions, because uh, if you are mentally stable, you have better community cohesions. But if you are not, there is a problem that, okay, you cannot engage with the community, or you cannot engage with your day-to-day life and your personal life and so on. So mental health is a key factor for anyone to look into it. So I think our guest, he cannot join, but if you wanted to, join me and my life, please feel free to message me through the comment box as well as through LinkedIn. I will be more than happy to add you to the stage and discuss mental health and community cohesion. So otherwise, I will continue. And if you wanted to ask me any question, please feel free to ask me. I'm not a mental health expert, but what I can do, I can share my experiences with mental health and how I have dealt with my mental health problems. Because as a neurodivergent person, I suffered from mental health from minor to moderate mental health problems, I would say, not severe. But I also have an mechanism built up for myself that I look after um, my mental health with specifically some tasks and work, and as well as talking to people. Because when you have mental health problem, you need someone to talk to, and as well as you need some different type of things that you can divert your mind to. So uh, we have many guests joined today to our webinar, and we thank you for your contribution to NVC Live. And every week we bring individual guests and talk to different different subjects related to neurodivergent and neurodiversity. So if you wanted to join our live webinar, please feel free to message me. I will add you to this stage and we can talk about it. Or ask me any question that you wanted to ask in relation of my experience dealing with my mental health and how I have managed it. And this is a matter that we should talk, because sometimes we do not want it to discuss this mental health problem with a third person, and that way, or a clinician or someone, they have understanding or they can support with your mental health. Sometimes it's become too late, and we become more vulnerable. So if you wanted to join me today, please feel free to contact me through the chat or ask me any questions. I can only share my experiences today, as our guest is cannot join me now. So please feel free to ask me questions. And today we are discussing mental health and community cohesion. So understanding mental health is a challenge. So how it become a challenge? If I share my experiences regarding mental health, I have shared my experiences from my childhood to my adulthood and current situation, and I incur several times, not several times, many times, mental health problems. So if I start my childhood, I was very odd child, as most of you may know by now. I was autistic and I had some special needs. And being brought up in Bangladesh, a third world country, and I am the um, we are 11 brothers and sisters from my mother and one parent, and my father died when I was 4 years old. So you probably imagine that um, I wasn't well looked after with my siblings, as well as my mother could not cope with her loss, and um, could not concentrate on my personal development. But whatever she did. It was a great success, I would say. And I learned most of the things from my mother. And she was my role model in one point. And I had mental health problem, and those problems, what I did, I did not, I could not go to a clinicians, because my mother did not have that knowledge to send me a clinicians. But what she did, she engaged me with varieties of activities. Like I was very good at education, learning things, reading books, and as well as doing a different type of hand made work like woodwork or clay and different things. So what she did, one thing that I will tell you, that I was in my childhood, in my early education, um, after my father died, I was admitted uh, um, to a boarding school, and a madrasa, I would say. And that madrasa, my mother saw my work and that way I think, and I was building sculpture and different type of things, and related to human and so on. And then she took me out from that school, and she gave me just a normal education, normal schools, and my education and other understanding was also supported by her. What she did due to my mental health and all the other problems, because I was very odd, and she just safeguarded me. She just diverted my mind to different things, engaged me with varieties of activities, and that was my build up of um, uh, understanding that, okay, if I'm having if someone is bullying me, and if I'm thinking excessively different things, because neurodivergent mind, you think 10 times different than a neurotypical person. So she diverted me uh, with her tactics to engage me with work, and that was one of the development that I had till now. If I have mental health problems, yes, it's not severe, but I divert my uh, understanding, I divert my problem with engaging with the work that I love. So I do, apart from my academic career, I help neurodivergent people. I help businesses with their strategy as well as marketing and software developments. I have many talents, but I also have mental health problems, and I sometimes I become um, um, uh, what I would say, understanding of how I can deal with my mental health problem, because you have the various different things in your life, and if you think about that, if you don't deal with them, then it's going to be a problem. So what I do, I have 9 to 5 work, or probably sometimes I overwork, but I have dedicated time to convert to think about a different thing. Like in the weekend, I will not do any official work. I will engage with something that I like to do, like woodworking, or something that I can engage and concentrate of doing that. So I divert my work, I divert my mental health through engaging different type of activities, and talk to my wife and talk to person, maybe friends, what I'm thinking, and if they have anything to support me with. So if you are struggling with mental health, please feel free to join me and talk to uh, the audience, and we can add you to the stage, as I don't have my um, speaker today. So we're going to be talking mental health and community cohesion. So I was on from my childhood. I was very odd child, and I was afraid of people. I was introverted, and I could not go outside to play with even same age same age people. And I used to hid from to under sofa, or maybe behind my mom, and holding her all the time. They didn't want it to go outside of my cocoon. But situations and a neuroplasticity that we always talk have made me what I am now. So I am introverted now, and I'm extroverted and introverted and introverted. So I can switch me individual settings, and that is the strength of neurodivergent people. If you are having any problems, and if you don't want it to engage with such activities, if you train yourself, your neuroplasticity will grow, and you will become the person you wanted to be. It's a long way to go, but if you don't start today, you will not get the lives that you wanted to see. So today we are talking about neurodivergent, as well as mental health, community cohesion. So we don't have our guest today. And if you want to join me as a guest, please feel free to message me through the a message box, or uh, if you or DM me, I can add you to the stage. Otherwise, I will talk, I share my experiences with you, and if I can inspire you with my story, I think I will be very delighted. And after my childhood, what I did, I was very good at education, but even that education didn't go well due to my health issues. And I passed my college levels 3 times, and that was a rough time for me because being a good student, achieving high marks in my schools, I could not pass my college levels, and that was a huge shift. And I had massive mental health problems, and I wasn't supported either with my family and friends and the community because they thought that I was spoiled and I was drug addict, and that's why it has happened, but I did not know what was wrong with me. It seems to okay with me because I used to forget things. So whenever I wanted to um, go for my exam, on the exam, I did not remember what I had prepared, and that was my problem. But I am not a quitter. I did not quit. So I passed my college 3 times, and then I was looking for opportunities. So my mother trusted me because my mother knew that okay, I'm not a drug addict, and I have some problems. I had problems from my childhood, so she supported me, and then I found opportunity in the UK. So I came to the UK in 2004 after suffering many years in Bangladesh, and my mother supported me to come here and have my education. So when I came here, that wasn't a straightforward start because my English language level wasn't good, and as well as it was a big shift for me to start here in a new country, and the culture was a big shift for me, and I had mental health problem. But as I said, I had a mechanism to um, convert my strength as well as my mental health to a different things, engage with activities that I would love to do, and divert me from my problems to a different things, and that always safeguarded me. And when I had my college, and I changed 3 institution in the UK before I settled to university, and my result wasn't that much good, and I was on and off. I was having problem, and I did not know what wrong with me, and I did not have any knowledge because my GP did not send me to any scan or nothing. So I suffered 5 years. So when I at the end of 5 years, someone from the GP and a young doctor sent me to a scan, and that scan they found a brain tumor, and that was another struggle. Having a brain tumor, I just married newly in February, and I got the brain tumor in September. So you can think about what is my mental health problem at that point. But uh, I suffered. I suffered a lot, and I did not have any support from apart from my wife, my mother, and my mother-in-law. Everyone thought that I would die, and I did not know that I will live. But the doctor I had at the Royal London Hospital um, supported me in a way that okay, you will not die, but you might get full paralyzed on your left side, or maybe something else happen. Um, and that was a great shift for me. Mentally, I wasn't stable, so I was engaged. I wasn't in a position to share my thoughts apart from my wife, and I suffered a lot. I did not get support at that point to the from my GP, and it was very hard for me to sustain at that point. I collapsed many times during that period of my um, discovering my brain tumor, as well as undergoing my brain tumor surgery. But I have to take a decision, and I took the decision to get operated. And then, if I'm alive, that's fine. If I'm not, I don't mind. Uh, but at the end, uh, you see that I'm still alive. So my operation goes went well, and I found a new life. And that after my operation in December, uh, things were getting back to me. The things, my brain, my work, and all the activities that I was very good at, and I deteriorated due to my brain tumor. I did not know. I was getting um, them back, and I realized, okay, what happened at that time. Yes, I had mental health issues. I saw my GP clinicians and getting support from them afterwards. But still, when you have mental health problems, stayed alone, a GP cannot support you to sustain and survive, because you need to have your own mechanism as well as your community. So there, the community cohesion came in. I was supported with friends and families at that time, but still, I wasn't fulfilled. I didn't get what I needed. So I suffered, and my mechanism again kicked in. So I was diverting my mental health, working with the thing that I like, and then I returned to my education, started my education again, and achieved and end of my PhD in AI, engaged with business development and other activities. So my past history is a long history. I had various type of engagement and mental health problems, but what I learned from my uh, mistakes and my understanding, and as well as my growth and developments, that yes, as a human being, you will have mental health problem, but if you engage diverting your thoughts to a thing that you are best doing at, that will safeguard you uh, for any mishap that will happen. The death rate in the UK is higher in mental health problems, and the community is suffering. And in that point, if we can support each other, if we can support individual person, um, that will be a great help. The and safeguarding people would be much more appreciated from the community and as well as the individual person. So you are watching today mental health and community cohesion. We had a guest; he could not attend this event, so I'm just talking to you. You might be get bored, but please ask me any question you may have. We will add you to the stage, and we just got a um, message from one of our audience, and I will answer your question. So you asked, have you found any strategies to help when you feel overwhelmed? Yes, yes, I did. I wanted to share all of those things now. um, Sometimes, strategies, self-made strategies, I would say, because every person is different. Is more than I think 8 billion people or 9 billion people in the world, and every person is different. Yes, you will find some similarities, and as well as mostly you won't find 100% matching similarities. There would be some differences in between. So every mechanism will be different. But what I did, I can share my one. You might be have different experiences. I uh, I constructed my own mechanism, because why? I was from my childhood, as I said, I was very odd child, and I did not know what wrong with me. My mother supported me. Okay, you should do this one, you should do that one, and engaging me with some activities that I wanted to engage with, because I wasn't a people person. I didn't want to go play with similar age people. So what I did, maybe I was engaged in education. I was very good, and I was engaged in developing something from scratch, maybe any handicraft or woodwork or clay work. So this supported me till now. Yeah, as I said previously, that yes, I support me with additional work that will divert me from my pressure. So sometimes I watch film. So if I watch film, maybe I watch film maybe 4, 5, 6 hours, maybe two shows, or maybe at home. Okay, I don't want it to work today, and I am having some problem. So I will play with my son, and you probably see that I have a fish tank here. So I will play with him to divert myself. I like to make things, so I will do some woodwork to divert me. I do cooking as well. So if I'm not feeling well, so okay, let's go and cook something that I like to eat, or my wife or my son, they like to eat. So that would the way I'd say, when I feel overwhelmed, that is my mechanism to support me. Not thinking about mental health, that the problem I'm having. So I never think the problem I'm having. And I was talking another person in our um, ND Business Club last week, that people, yes, people can have mental health problem, but you have to have your own mechanism built up to support that. Because when you are talking about mental health and you think about mental health, you will drag into it. And when you drag into it, you will lose your control. And that time something can happen. And we shouldn't do that. We should take advice from an expert, or divert our mental health issues to something that we wanted to do, that we wanted to succeed. So, what I did after my brain tumor operation, uh, to move from this stigma, I'm disabled, but I don't tell people that I'm disabled. What I did, I engaged with my education again, because I know that I'm very good at my education. So what I did, I threw me a challenge. Okay, Shah, and with my wife, of course, that okay, I have to have achieve a first class, and that was my challenge. I did not know that I am capable. I did not know that I will complete my graduation at 35 years age. And people were laughing at me. Even my family members, my brothers, sisters, they were laughing at me. That okay, what you are doing? You are just going back to education. That will not work. And the things you just it will not work, because your uh, uh, son can fulfill your dream. But what I did, I questioned them. Okay, I don't want my son to fulfill my dream. What about my dream and my thing? I will do it myself. And I was very headstrong, and I started my education. But I did have my support from my wife, my mother, and my mother-in-law. These three person changed my life, what I am now. And my supervisors all the time. In my graduations, I was a mature student. So I also have a mental problem there, because you have young people, and you are like 35 years of age. And when you study, you will feel that okay, something is not right. People not seeing you in a way it should be. But I didn't care. What I have, I have, challenged me. Okay, you have to have a first class. I did not know I will achieve that, but I achieved it. And then I have my first milestone. So, Dr. Beth, I hope you have your answers, and we got another um, from Adam. Adam just said it is all about self care. I totally agree with you, Adam. Uh, it's all about self care, because if you don't love yourself, uh, if you play with your life, you can do it. No one will. No one can prevent you to do that. But if you, I love my life because I have seen death, and I understood what it would be if I die. I was on the operation bed for 11 or 12 hours, and I did not know what has happened at that 12 hours. So I was dead probably. When you die, you don't know that you die. So and then when I wake up, I I just realized that okay, I just wake up. It's just 1 or 2 seconds. I did not know that I spent 11 hours on the operation bed. Um, yes. So, Adam, thank you very much for your contribution and message. Whose oxygen marks must you put on first? Um, you know, it's our own thing because we live for our life. It's not that we're going to believe from someone else. You have to self care, as you said, self care, and you have to love yourself. When you love yourself, then you can love other people. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love other people. So when you have mental health problems, you have to have your own mechanism built up, and then your friends, your family, your partner, your husband and wife can support you with, or clinicians. If you go to see clinicians, they can support you with. But if you don't have your own mechanism, self care, it's not possible. It's not really possible for other person to come and support you. uh, I learned from my past lives, and this is my new life. And after my operation, as I said, I have new characteristics. I have new things built up, and I know if you want, you can change. Your neuroplasticity can grow, and you can contribute greatly for yourself, for your community, and for your family. So, as I said, you have to understand yourself first, and then you go with um, the community, go with your family and others. And if you don't self value yourself, that's the end because you don't have any motivation to live. So, you have to have a motivation first and then divert your mental health problems to the things that you are good at. It might be different for different people, but I'm just sharing my experiences. So when you think about it, you might have different experiences. And thank you to our audience today for listening and watching this podcast. And we had our guest, and we could not, and he could not join. So that's why I'm just uh, contributing myself. If you wanted to join, we have another half an hour. Please feel free to message me. I can add you to the stage and we can have a conversation together. Otherwise, I will share my experiences. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I have tons of experiences in mental health and as well as disabilities and other things. And I can share my experiences. It might support you in a way, uh, or it might not. But understanding my struggle or might support you in future. You never know. So today we are talking about mental health communications, and I'm Dr. Shah Siddiqui from a Neurodivergent Business Consortium. We support individuals and businesses for business growth, and as well as we also have 7 individual pillars. So, if you wanted to know our uh, community organization, please feel free to visit our website nbconsortium.com or um, follow our work. So I have a guest. So what I will do, I will request and share the details with him that if he could join. Thank you very much, Adam. I'm just sharing you the I'm just sharing you the joining link. So if you could join, I can add you to the stage and we can talk about more on mental health and community cohesion. Um, So, you will have problems. Today, I did not have my guest, so uh, I am prepared. Why I'm prepared? Because it can happen. Mishap can happen in your life. So you have to be prepared. Anything that will happen. I might die tomorrow. I'm prepared because I have seen death. Uh, uh, so I'm prepared. If I'm die tomorrow, so any work I do in a way that okay, when I die, it will not hinder anyone, uh, and someone can carry out my activities if they want. If they don't, I don't care because when I die, it's the end. So I don't think about anything else. But I don't want it to die in a way that people will say, okay, he just died, he just ended his life with suicide, and I don't want it to do that. What I wanted, if it's a normal death, that's fine. If it's not, I will live long, the end of my life cycle. So I will have mental health problems, but I have my own mechanism to deal with it, and that's the strength I have. So if you are watching this uh, webinar, and if you wanted to talk about mental health, please feel free to ask me a question through the comment box, and we will talk about more on mental health and community cohesion. So I was talking to mental health last segments. We can talk about community cohesion. So how I work with community. Uh, Even though I have mental health problems. I have. You probably don't know that I'm deaf on my left side. Everything was taken when I had the brain tumor operation. So I have tinnitus, uh, and it's difficult to live with tinnitus. Why? Because you hear the ocean sound all the time, all the time, all the time. So even I sleep, even I wake, I'm talking to you, you probably don't realize that I have huge sound going on back of my um, back of my head, and I am bypassing everything and talking to you, answering your questions, and doing the right thing that I can. But I wouldn't do it if I did not train myself. So if you write tinnitus, you will find um, many mental health problems and a lot of different things that people cannot survive with it. But I have my mechanism. Anything can happen to me, but I'm ready for that, and I will safeguard myself because I love me. I love myself. I love my family. I love my community. I love the world. So I wanted to contribute. It might seem strange, but there are people like me in the community. Uh, they are supporting various community activities and building the community uh, to grow as well as support each other. So if you are watching today's live, I would welcome you to join me and support me with my activities, as well as support people around you. You might not know uh, your family members; they might have mental health problems. So be kind with them, talk to them, understand their point of view, and support them with to divert their mental health to a different thing. And if they are everyone will have something they like. So they might like to sleep. Okay, let them sleep. Doesn't matter. Uh, that will prevent their mental health problems. If they wanted to cook, if they wanted to do anything else, support them with that of their work. So you will see that slowly they will divert from their mental health problem, and then they will have a balanced life. Uh, and if you don't like someone, just escape. You don't need to be attached with them if you don't like someone, if they don't like you. Build your own community, build your own tribe, and then work with them. But as I said at the end, it's all about you loving yourself, self-caring yourself. I already shared the joining instruction to Adam, so probably he will join in a meeting. minute. If you are watching our live, I'm very sorry and apologize for today that we don't have our guest speaker. So I'm just talking and sharing my personal experiences. Um, uh, we will have other guests to our many of our Tuesday episodes if to talk about neurodiversity as well as different things. Here we go. We got Adam now. So, Adam, I cannot see you. I can see, yes, I can see you now. So, I'm adding Adam to the stage. Thank you, Adam. How are you? You are not audible. So, just waiting for it is okay.
Do we have audio?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, we have many guests waiting today, and I was sharing my experiences. And I know everyone has a story, isn't it? Every person, they will have their own stories. And we have to support them and trust them with their stories. Uh, doesn't matter what the story is about. It's just matter to support individuals. So Adam, as we're talking about mental health, you know that mental health is killing our society. Is killing our children, is killing our parents, is killing our brothers, sisters, and many other people. So, can you share your stories? How you deal with mental health? Because you talk about self care. Why self care is very important, and how you have dealt with your mental health, if you have any.
Uh, Thank you. And me, it's a really important question, and it's got to start with ourselves.
Mhm.
And often in my, so I'm all about people. My background was I sailed around the world the wrong way and spent 20 years teaching leaders and teams how to sail in oceans and how to do various exciting things. And all through that time, the importance of self-care is the piece that I come back to. And it's critical. And on my own emotional journey, I think the part of that space is around being kind to yourself and learning how to be kind to yourself
Mhm.
and recognizing energy. So, speaking honestly, and in this little forum where there's just you, me, and the entire world out there. Um, but I recognize that last year for me was a massive personal challenge, just in terms of sailing across oceans and managing various moving parts. And the net result was I failed to actually do the oxygen mask bit myself to the extent that I needed to, and effectively then allowed myself to get sick in terms of just a long-term virus. So pretty much all through October, November, December, and only week 1, week 2 of February, where I started to feel alive again. And in terms of the pieces, it's the basic building blocks that are so important. It's
Mhm.
around the 7 to 9 hours of sleep opportunity, the importance of breath, the importance of gratitude, even on the, forgive me, the shittest days. Some days are just awful, and it's like, hey, that's okay. But even then, it's that whole finding something where's the gratitude piece. So everything that I've heard you say today, and all of that I know you stand for, is just so essential, because without this self-care, we have nothing. And I guess just the space to think, as I learned a fact earlier, late yesterday.
Mhm.
Dr. Shah, do you happen to know how many people it takes to start a Mexican wave?
No, no.
7.
Okay.
That's it. So if everyone in this room now, and we've got 24 people joining us right now, and if you imagine that's 24 to stand and do the Mexican wave, to
Yeah.
communicate this message. It's so important.
I totally agree with you, Adam, because I learned from my past, as I said, and I do motivational speaking to many, many places. And one thing I tell them that, okay, you are the creator of your own thing. Yes, God has created you, if you believe that, or but you have to create your own path. You have to settle, and you have to support you. You have to love you. If you don't do that, then you will be nobody. You will be nobody. And if you die today, who cares? If I die today, who cares? Does anyone care? Will my wife care? Yes, maybe a little bit sad. My son or my parents or the community? No, they will not, because they will just forget about me in next day. But if I create something with my knowledge and with my power to support the community, to support someone, they will remember me that, okay, this person supported me. Until they die, they will tell their story to many, many people. I will live. So when we have mental health problems, I tell my wife as well as my son, because my son, he is autistic, and most of the time he will ask me, "What's wrong with me, Dad?" And I tell him, uh, "You are an exception like that. So nothing wrong with you, but you will change the society. The society. You will change the world with your imagination and with your work. That's why you are different." So my mother created me this way. Okay, you are not different. You are exceptional. So if we think that, okay, we are exceptional and we will support the world to go to next stage, we will have many people join in. You say that it's 24 people here. So one of us could be, you say, the 7 people that you say, to change the world, to change people. So in relation of community cohesion, as you working with the community, and I just wanted to discuss on that bit, like building resilience and self-care within community, how it is important and how you can advise people to do that.
I love the word resilience, and I was asked to speak a few years ago at for the NHS, one of the leadership trust up in the northeast,
Mhm.
and the theme around the NHS is resilience. It's all about resilience, and they said, "Oh, can I go and talk and tie in the sailing and tie in resilience, which is just don't die, really, in terms of just do more than that, how to get across an ocean, how to survive the storms." And when I in one of the briefing calls, I said, what do you mean by resilience? What does that mean to you? Because for me, it might mean something different. And that
Mhm.
whole space of, well, hang on, there's two flavors of resilience. There's good resilience and
Mhm.
there's bad resilience. Now, the
Mhm.
good resilience I would define as being the nursing teams. So during COVID, the staff that were going in, putting themselves in harm's way day in, day out,
Mhm.
resiliently plugging away. Whereas the bad flavor resilience would be a doctor, a family GP that's maybe 4 or 5 years from retirement, that hasn't done any update training for 20 years and
Mhm.
is resiliently plugging away, keeping just beneath the surface, just doing enough to just get away with.
Mhm.
And it's with it's the resilience piece. It's got to start kind of from within, and I think part of that is part of the resilience part is then around how to do that genuinely, how to do that authentically,
Mhm.
whilst I'm being my authentic and genuine self. Um, because it's easier to do that Mexican wave
Mhm.
if you're with someone and if you're going through that process. And resilience is as much as sharing the feeling. I'm really scared. I don't know. I'm out of my depth. How can I ask for help? And for me, it's about chunking down at a deep enough level so that the resilience piece is there. So there's permission to do that. It's okay to be scared. And if you look at the space around tenacity, pure bloody mindedness, resilience, perseverance, persistence. These are all words that mean similar things. And
Mhm.
for me, the resilience is the piece that brings it together with feeling, with real feeling and a genuine understanding. And for me, it's all about bringing that together as a community, and to share the message and to get out there with that messaging is being consistent with that and saying it's okay. On I mean, I share, and for me, I challenged myself on Friday. I actually hosted a live LinkedIn event called Breathe in Love,
Mhm.
and it's all around that message. And the most wonderful, gorgeous speaker called Dasha, who was sharing this wonderful, gorgeous message about the importance. If you breathe love in,
Mhm.
you exhale love, and if
Yeah.
everybody's doing that same piece. And it was interesting because I found that it's squarely on message around the self-care, about putting the oxygen mask on, around taking time for yourself.
Mhm.
But what was interesting was the response that I had from people afterwards was, oh, it's a bit girly, it's a bit touchy-feely, it's a bit soft for you, ads. I've sailed with you. I know what you're like. And it's sort of the frame where part of the issue is permission to say it's okay to cry. It's okay to have bad days. The whole education piece around big boys don't cry, big girls don't cry.
Mhm.
And it's not okay to share feeling. Just stiff upper lip. That whole approach is just so kind of problematic to creating the space that we need to bring on the change. So for
Mhm.
me, a lot of it is around the importance of just putting the oxygen mask on, first of all. It's around, every time you sit on an aeroplane, there's a reason why there's pushback from the air bridge. And they come over as they're taxiing along the runway. You have to do your mask first. And that's the piece. Then really connect with, what is it am I fighting for? What's the direction we're actually going in?
I totally agree with you, Adam. Uh, the mask you said is the mask that we care for, because we need to have a mask on uh, that will support and safeguard ourselves. It's not the mask that people will frightened what we do, and people will always we know so many cases that people are being sanctioned due to their mental health problems, and we don't want you to see that. Why do people need to be sections? Why people are afraid of other people due to their mental health? It shouldn't be like that. So, as you said, that we have to love, self-care ourselves, and then we will care the community. So, to our audience, thank you very much for your contribution. And we did not have our guest speaker, but we have Adam now, and we're talking about the community cohesions as well as mental health. So, mental health is the core and key elements that we should talk about. And if we're having a mental health, please feel free to talk to your parents, talk to your children, talk to your partner, wife, husband, and self-care yourself. Then we can build a inclusive community, because if you are not settled with your mental health, you cannot contribute and you cannot self-care, and at the end the society will uh, hinder these activities, because you cannot join the community, you cannot join family life. And when a family life is destroyed with someone, uh, the society will destroy gradually, because individual person, they are committed to individual work and individual contribution to the community. So when a family, they are not in good health, the society and community cohesion also hindered. So Adam, thank you for you to join me at the just without any notice, but we will have future programs, and probably we will bring you to talk about community cohesions and the work you do for the
Thank you.
community. So my last thing, I wanted to ask you one question. Like, do you have anything to share in relation to your mental health? and how you have safeguarded your mental health. Uh, do you have any secret strategy to deal with that?
Cry and laugh every day. In terms of one simple, just every day cry and every day laugh. And there are some bits where I'm aware that just that whole process where it's
Mhm,
okay to laugh, find some bloody crazy stuff to giggle about.
mhm,
Um, and I mean, I'm aware we were short on time. And it is permission to do so. And I was doing a very briefly just before Christmas. A friend was running a gym and said, "Could I go and talk to the group?" And effectively, it was around how to self care over Christmas. And
mhm,
it was, look, ultimately, if you want to go and eat lots of mince pies and drink your body weight in port, that's fine. Do that. However, do that with permission. If you're going to wake up the next day and be, "Oh, I'm fat, the world hates me, I don't like it," that's
mhm,
fine. But you get to own that feeling.
mhm,
You're an intelligent human, and it's that whole laugh lots, cry lots, and probably
mhm,
one question is, "How are you?"
mhm,
And then the expression STFU, just be quiet. How are you? And then zip and
mhm,
eye contact and really, really listen. And in some of the work that I've done, and when I've asked people, you become genuine and you become authentic and you become present. It's like, how are you? And people, you can break them to tears. It's the most one of the two most powerful questions.
mhm.
How are you? And when someone's feeling flustered with that mental health, and if you're aware they're there, there's the how are you question and the how is that a problem for you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
a personal question,
mhm,
just as from the trilogy,
mhm.
how is what I'm about to do a true reflection of who I am and who I want to be?
Yeah,
And
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because if it is simple thing can get you great results, isn't it? It's just the feelings. It's just the questions as well as you caring thing that okay you're caring for that person and asking them if they're all right to know. So that's why they will open their Pandora box, I would say, if they have any problems, and then they will be supported with you or with community or others. So, to our viewers today, we have a long conversation. I have shared my experiences, and I always share my experiences because who I am, I cannot, hide my experiences. And if I wanted to hide it, that's not going to be that's good for my personal growth because yes, I born brought up in Bangladesh, and I had mental health problems. I had development problems and so on. But it does not the end. The end is what I am now. Maybe in 5 years or 10 years time, I will also be proud what I am was at that stage, and I will also show people, okay, I was that person. Now I am this. So it's just like supporting you with honesty, supporting your past with
yes,
and then um, adding value to it. And I want all of you, they are those people they are today joined that okay, support your family first because support yourself, support your family, and then support the community. Because if you can save one person, that would be a biggest achievement of any age, I would say, because one person will die less in the community. So we need to support each other, and we're going to be ending this program very soon. We had Adam with us today, and I will bring him many of in future events. I know you like a Neurodivergent Business Consortium, and you are supporting every week and you wanted to listen to our problems, our stories, and our success stories as well. So we will bring you all of those things. And at the end, I just wanted to ask Adam if you wanted to add a closing remarks, please.
we all do the best we can with the tools we have. Right now, each and every one of our, I've lost the screen, 20 odd people
Mhm.
We're each our best version. And the stuff that we do, everything, every experience, everything that we've done to get to this point is the best we can with the tools we have. And if you become aware that you could enrich the toolkit, then please do. If there's anything, any one of the questions I've asked today that reflects, and tomorrow you wake and think, oh, I'm not sure, then please reach out to Dr. Shah or to myself. Just reach out, because these are very heavy duty. And I guess the closing thought is, we all do the best we can with the tools we have.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you to all of our audiences who has joined today. And we will say you bye now. And I will welcome you to the next episode of a Neurodivergent Business Consortium's webinar. And we will have a new guest next week. And until then, please support our channel as well as support our consortium that to create a sustainable community. You might have problems, but that's not the end. You can create great things with your sufferings. You can create great community cohesions if you have that experience. And that's the thing that you should have. So, to all of you, thank you very much, and bye bye.